we're going to transition to the NFL. And speaking of things that make Joe Kane mad, he got into a Twitter war this week. All right, so the backstory on this is basically Max Kellerman said the Giants are favorites for the NFC East. Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm. He's a fan, which I also don't get.
And Stephen A just laughed at him. Like Stephen A literally. So basically, Joe tweeted something basically being like, "You're an idiot if you think the Giants are." He didn't say it like this, but he basically was like, "You're dumb if you think the Giants are going to win the NFC East." I agree with him to most extent. I think there's at least 1 to 2 teams that are better than the Giants, even though the Giants have made some additions. So Joe, recap me what the blasphemy you heard, and then we can unpack this and really talk about to what extent Twitter and Max Kellerman have just messed up.
So let's just get this out of the way. Kenny Golladay, he's a good receiver
who will be hurt at least 6 games next year.
Yeah, he's just not something to be like, oh yeah, we're the best now. You don't like Amari is better than Kenny Golladay.
I agree with you.
And 3 Cowboys receivers are overall better than 4 of the New York Giants receiving core.
Yeah, I'm largely with you there.
Yeah. So let's just get that out of the way. You still don't have the best receiving core in the NFC East.
Your core, look, respect to Daniel Jones, but I'd rather have Dak.
Yeah, that too. Dak Prescott. I mean, we got the best quarterback in the NFC East. Done. And then this is where the argument actually took place. It was over the running back. And I'm biased, but I would rather take Zeke over a guy that, first of all, has never outrun Zeke in a season and has only finished 1 full season in 3 years.
Yeah.
And last season, in the games he played, he sucked.
So this is where we differ. I think that it's unfair to criticize a player for their health, although it is I mentioned it with Golladay 5 seconds
ago. Relevant, though.
What I will say is the big thing we saw with Ezekiel Elliott this season was the minute his O-line took a hit, he did. With Saquon Barkley, he's dealt with a crap O-line pretty much his entire career. And his numbers, yes, aren't as good, but he's so talented, he's so skilled. Here's what I will say, though. I don't think it's as egregious a difference where Giants fans can sit here and claim they have the better offense. A Giants fan who said you were slow for bashing Evan Engram, Mr. 600 yards and 4 touchdowns with a bajillion drops because of Butterfingers.
Most overrated tight end. Shouldn't have got a Pro Bowl.
Ever seen.
You can make a case for both Cowboys tight ends over Evan Engram.
And I don't know if I would go that far, but
I have made a case, and if you want me to go into it, it's like 10, 15, 20. It's going to take 30 minutes.
I'm not going to do that. Fine. But here's what I'll say about Evan Engram. So the point is, you can say what you want about Saquon being better than Zeke. I'm not going to I might lean that way. I'm not sure. I think we have to see. I think Zeke obviously was also dealt with a little being banged up this year. Obviously, he didn't tear his ACL, but I think Saquon, when healthy, is more explosive and more talented for sure. But what I will say is the difference isn't large enough for somebody to sit here and be like, that makes the Giants offense better. Additionally, if you're going to put your case on Evan Engram, you have other problems that you need to get addressed. The O-line for the Giants is getting better, but the Cowboys are hopefully getting healthy. So I don't see enough of a difference there. It comes down to a few things: receiving core and quarterback. Who's got it better? Dallas, objectively. Then we look at the defense. Yes, the Giants defense is better. But again, I don't know if the offense is going to be able to churn up enough points to even make that relevant in a lot of big games. I also think Dallas is improving their defense. It improved towards the end of last year. I don't think that this defense is going to sit here and turn into the Patriots, but I do think it's going to be more competent than it was at the beginning of last year. And there's evidence.
Top 15, honestly.
Sorry?
You just got to be top 15 at this point.
I think that the biggest threat, you could maybe make a case the Giants are a threat for second. I think the Washington football team's defense is comfortably better than the Giants for me based on the pass rush.
It's the top 5 defense in the NFL alone.
Yeah, and they don't lose anybody. Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, like, yes, you can make a case based on the Giants' defense, But the people that were talking to you weren't making a case based on that. They were making a case based on comparing running backs and then saying you were slow for thinking Evan Ingram's overrated. I don't see that case. I think Dallas's offense is so OP that they'll beat the Giants anyway. I think the defense has improved considerably. Keanu Neal, if he can stay healthy, will be a huge boon to you guys. I think the big issue for you guys is health on defense, especially. And I think if that remains the case, I don't think New York's even much of a problem. I think Washington could be more of it just because of how elite that defense is.
Hey y'all, thank you everyone for watching. If you want to see our last video, click here. If you want to see our next video, click here. And if you want to subscribe, click on my face.